Hello. In this video, we're going to cover how to create an assignment quiz or a quiz that you can give your students in Google Classroom. Now this video is assuming you've already set up a Google Classroom and you already know how to assign your first assignment in Google Classroom, and that you also know how to already add teachers and students to your Google Classroom. If you don't know any of those things, please watch another video that covers those introductory topics. Like I said, this video is about creating a quiz. So if I go into the classwork tab, this is where we're going to get started. So we're going to create a new quiz for history class. So if I go to this black button here for create, I'm going to go to this quiz assignment. So Google Classrooms has already decided this is an important thing that they want everyone to do. So Google quiz assignments is its own category. And when I click on quiz assignment, just going to hide some of these windows here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this assignment or this quiz a title, and this is going to be called USA History Quiz. The instructions will be take the quiz attached to this assignment, because students will actually see this little attached form that's here. So I want to make sure I assign it to the right class. Yep, second period class, that's what I want to do. I'm going to select that all students in my class are going to do this, but you can actually have the option to only have a few of your students take certain quizzes if you're trying to differentiate. I'm going to give this quiz a due date, let's say April 10th. And topic, this is for my history class. Great. Okay, so what I'm going to do here in this blank quiz is this is what's going to be our the quiz that students will take. So if I click on blank quiz, if you ever used Google Forms in the past, you'll be familiar with this. It's very, very similar. It's actually the same program. So I'm going to name this blank quiz USA History Quiz. And I can actually start making questions below. So let's make our first question. We can make multiple choice questions. We can make check boxes, so check all that apply, a drop-down type of quiz, a short answer, or a paragraph that students will answer with. So we'll make a multiple choice question. We'll say, who was the first president? And option one, we'll do Washington. And then, so this can be, like option A, for instance, in a multiple choice question, but I'm going to add another, and we'll say Lincoln. And I can even do another option here, which is just an other option where students can type in what they think what else might be the answer. So now this question just has two options and an other. And what I'm going to do that's really important when you're making a quiz in Google Forms like this is create an answer key. The answer key, I'm going to select Washington as the first president. I'm going to make this one worth 5 points, let's say. Done. So now this Google form here knows that the right answer is A, Washington, and it puts a little check mark here so that you, the teacher, know, but don't worry, the students won't see that when they're taking the quiz. So I'm going to create another question here, and that's this little plus sign here. I'm going to add a question. And this question's not going to be multiple choice. This one's going to be short answer. And this question is going to be, when was the War of 1812? Because I like an easy question. And here we can actually have students write the short answer text. Now you can, again, make a correct answer, which could be 1812. But a difficult thing with auto grading or selecting a correct answer within Google Forms is that students might type in something slightly different. Like, for instance, they might type in the year 1812. And right now, if a student types in 1812 or the year 1812, they will get the answer correct. But if they type in something else, just like, it started in the year 1812, they wouldn't get it right. So I actually recommend that you don't create an answer key for short answer questions. Instead, you'll have to just manually grade that, which you can do after students submit their work. Great, so this quiz has 2 questions in it, and it's almost ready. So the next thing I'm going to cover is the most important thing that so many people forget to do, and I want to make sure you don't forget it, is I'm going to add a question above my first question. I would actually put it right below it. Don't worry, I'm just going to click and drag these little dots here up above. Okay, I'm actually going to grab that question and put it below. There, it worked. Okay, so this question, I'm actually going to do another short answer question, and this is going to be the first question on every single quiz you create, and that is what is your name? And you know what? I'm going to say, what is your full name? And I'm going to do this really important thing here is it's going to be a required question. So when I click this little toggle here, that means that students won't be able to submit this quiz without answering this question, and students will be able to, they'll type in their name here before they get started with their quiz. And this is going to be so important. If you forget to ask this question, what is your full name, in your quiz, you will get responses that you won't know who they're from. So it's really important to start off every quiz with that question. So let's look at some of the other features here. Up at the top here, I can change the theme, which is just changing the color. So if you don't like this purple, you can make it red, green, whatever. And this little eyeball here is what's really important, is this preview of the quiz. So this is what it looks like right now when you're the teacher editing the quiz. But if I click this eyeball, this is what the students will see. So let's actually do a submission. So my name is a person. Who was the first president? I'll click Washington. When was the War of 1812? 1812. And submit. Perfect. The score has been submitted, or this has been submitted, and this is exactly what a student will see when they're done. So I'm just going to go back into blank quiz here, and something really cool has happened. We actually even see one response here, and that is the student that submitted it. And you can see this person their name is a person. They got the first question correct. And when was the war? 1812. They got 1812. So you can actually grade students. You can look at student responses here. And this button here will actually make a spreadsheet. So if you start to get a lot of students answering it, sometimes this isn't the best way to look at student answers. But if you click this little green button here, it will actually create a spreadsheet of all the students' answers, which works really, really nicely. And now I'm back in my original tab, which is the Google Classroom tab. And here's my assignment. And it's ready. Now I've got the title, instructions, and I've got the quiz attached. It is ready to be assigned to all the students. So I just click this black assign button in the top right-hand corner. Here it is in the classwork tab. Here it is again in the stream USA history quiz. And it is waiting for students to complete it. So that is how we just covered in this video how to create a quiz for your students in Google Classroom.